Hello friends, Tanya here, and this is day one of the 12 days of Stitchmas. This is Spellbinders advent calendar with stitchable dies, and here is day one. I love the graphics. These are just gorgeous. Let's open up day one and see what we have. On the inside of each panel, you're going to see what the finished project looks like. So let's get those dies out and see what we have to play with. It looks like a beautiful layered ornament with some stitch details and a banner that says Noel. Let's put this together. I've die cut this from the Aquamarine collection, I think that's what that's called, of treasured cardstock and silver. I also have it cut out of the onyx, no, not the onyx, the antique and the rose gold collections. I am using some diamant, I think this is the white, or is this silver? This is silver metallic thread. I am loving this thread. I am so glad that I finally took the plunge and purchased it. If you haven't done that, I recommend it. Spellbinders really knows what they're doing when they offer a product that complements their products. This works really well for all of these stitching type details. So I've stitched those all in silver. I have this one cut from the matte metallic aquamarine specialty cardstock, the treasured cardstock collection. And this is the silver metallic cardstock from the silver collection. And I have that silver layered behind so it peeks through those beautiful little fallout pieces or fallout areas on the detail part of this die. You can see that you can cut this out with or without the details. You can cut it out so that you could cut this out so that the stitched portions are just fallout pieces. So even if you didn't want to stitch this, you could add multicolors to this with some inlay technique too. I think this is a really beautiful vintage shaped ornament. Now that I have all of that adhered together, we're going to add the string and the little ornament topper. And these are designed to be different colors if you'd like, and to, if you didn't want the string on them, you wouldn't have to have the string on them either. These are cut out of the metallic silver cardstock, and the Noel is cut out of the, I think the brushed, no, not brushed, matte silver cardstock. I just was using a variety to create some contrast. Now with the specialty cardstocks, you do have to give them enough time to dry, and that does mean several minutes before you can be moving them around. I did put my heavyweight block back on top of those and let them dry completely. This one sticks a little more easily, but you still have to be careful. I generally have glue on my fingers because I pick up the extra glue. I know that it dries clear, but I prefer to not have it on there. There are all three of those colors. I love how they turned out. I also pulled out a oldie but goodie. This is the Glimmer Holly background. There was a coordinating stencil you could get with that, the layered Glimmer Holly background stencils. And I'm going to glimmer a 5x7, sorry, this is going to be a 5x7 card. I'm glimmering an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of cardstock with silver foil with this panel. So I'm just going to glimmer it twice. I'm going to let this, now that I have it all on the platform, I let it heat up twice and then run it through my die cut machine. And then we will repeat this process. Although now that the platform has heated up completely, I can just heat it up once on the panel and have this timer set for one run. This way, with these big glimmer plates, it really helps to do that initial double run through the platform heat cycle. And there is my full panel. You would not have to do some ink blending. I did go ahead and decide to do it because I really like it. I am using Mermaid Lagoon because that seems to match the Aquamarine collection. We've got Ice Spruce, Pumice Stone, Evergreen Bough. I think I have one more color, maybe not. And then we're going to use that for the 4 layers of this layered Glimmer Holly background. Again, if you did not get the stencil with this, I don't know if you still can. You were only able to get the stencil with the plate. You couldn't get the stencil separately. You can still get that Glimmer plate, and it might even be included in that really huge warehouse sale that Spellbinders has been running. So I'm going to make the berries this beautiful Mermaid Lagoon color, and I'm going to ink blend both sides. Now I had flipped the paper and ran it through the same with the Glimmer foil. So this is, you can't just move the stencil over the way I did it, because you have to flip the stencil to make it coordinate with the panel or with the pattern. And this pattern is, the stencils are not going to completely fill all of the images that you're stenciling. It is a really artistic look. You could go through and try to paint these by yourself. I do enjoy doing that, but sometimes I just want something to be quick. Now for each of these layers, I'm using one of the colors that I've chosen. I was going for an icy blue look that coordinates with this metallic ornament, but I didn't want it to be exactly the same colors as the ornament, just nearly. And I love this frosty look. I think it looks very wintry. I did ice spruce. Now I'm doing, is this evergreen bough I think I'm going to do next? And I can't remember the 4th color. Oh, pumice stone. That's right. I did pumice stone. That was the small leaves. That's what we're doing right now, is the pumice stone. And this really, the sticky mat makes this work so easily. So I have the paper down on my sticky mat, and I'm using Hammermill 80-pound cardstock on for the glimmering, which is my favorite for glimmering on white cardstock. And I'm using an extra piece of acetate packaging that I've had in my stash for a long time to cover the part of the stencil, or sorry, of the cardstock that I'm not stenciling on currently. That way I don't get any extra smudges or oopsies on it, because that is so frustrating when you get mostly done with a project and you accidentally get ink where you didn't intend to get it. I did use my microfiber cloth there to try to pick up some of the extra ink before I tried to move this onto the second half of the cardstock. And you guys have, if you've been watching me for very long, you've seen me make extended glimmered, stenciled, embossed patterns over and over again. I want you to get comfortable with this technique, because just because something is made for an A2 size card doesn't mean you can't make it work for a larger card. Now, when you're doing an entire 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of cardstock, you can use this for just about any size card. Slimline, mini slimline, A2 size, 5 by 7, A4 size, or I think that's a size. That's the 4.25 by 6 inch, I believe. No, that's A6. Sorry. You can do all kinds of different sizes with this larger format. Spellbinders is great for having those big embossing folders. I love that size embossing folder. Not a lot of companies make 5 by 7 sized or 6 by 9 size stencils, but that's okay. We can make things work until they catch up with us. If you're a 5 by 7 card maker like I am, slimline cards, which are not as common as they were quite popular for a long time there. I do not know why my sticky mat was so sticky it decided to hang on to some of my paper, but it did. Oh well. Next, I'm taking a piece of heavyweight white cardstock. This is 100-pound cardstock, and I am ink blending it with some pumice stone here. And I had to finally put a new sponge on that ink blending tool. I have one ink blending tool dedicated to each of the distress colors. I have a set for the distress inks and the distress oxide inks, because you do not want to mix those two. on your ink blending brushes. We're also going to take a fresh picked labels and tag die. This is on the really great sale. We also are going to use the Holly and Foliage embossing folder. So I've ink blended that, die cut it, and then embossed it to match that background. So the Glimmer plate and that embossing folder came out in the same collection. We're going to take my favorite die in the world, the 5x7 Matting Basic Set B largest die cut our pattern out, add some extra cardstock behind that glimmered and stenciled panel, and we'll adhere that to a heavyweight white cardstock base 5x7, so that is 10 inches by 7 inches, scored at 5 inches, and creased really well with my bone folder. I've adhered the background, and now we're going to adhere that fresh picked label die, centering that and making it as straight as I can, and boy howdy, that glue stuck to that paper so fast. I'm adding some glue to the string and the back of that little banner that says Noel, and we'll make sure that that is right in the peak, and make sure that the ornament is centered on the lower peak there, or point. Then we're going to take a sentiment from the wonderful Winter Sentiments. This is a little bit of an older set also. This is one of the Simon Hurley glimmer foil and die cut sets, and look at that. I love this. I had glimmered a whole bunch. I did the reverse foiling also, and I am able to foil and die cut each of these in a single pass because there is one plate that does a bunch of sentiments and one die that cuts all of those sentiments out at once. Now I did take some scraps of cardstock and die cut some extra blanks to fit behind the sentiment, and I used one full one to add some extra stability. Again, this is the Hammermill 80-pound cardstock, and I wanted a little extra height and stability. I figured out where I needed to leave the gap in the propping up of that sentiment and cut that part out of the extra die cut piece and adhered that all down to the card front. Next, we're going to use some Color Essential gems in the graphite color. I love this color. It really matches that silver nicely. And we'll add just a smattering of these gems across the front of the card. Just going to add 3 groupings of gems here. I am running low on the really large gems in this color. I might have to restock those gems soon. We have an extra piece of cardstock left from that ink blended and glimmered panel. We'll add that right to the inside of the card, right in the middle, trying to make sure that's nice and straight. And then I will trim off the extra. This is about 1.5 inches wide. And then we'll take a second sentiment from that same glimmer foil and die set, and this one says, "It's the most wonderful time of the year." The front of the card says, "Have a holly jolly Christmas," which I think goes well with that Noel. And then the inside is, "It's the most wonderful time of the year." This is the Advent calendars are a great way to dip into your stash and use some of your older products. Don't forget to give them some love. They really do deserve our attention, even when they're not the new kid on the block. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Check the description box below for the links to all of the products that I use. And until tomorrow, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.